Hi, this is Lee Garrett and welcome to another edition of Screencasts Online. When polling for recommendations for applications that you'd like to see covered, there was one application that's been around for quite a long time that received a large amount of requests, and that's Numbers, one of the core applications in the iWork suite. Now, Numbers is a tricky beast to cover because there are just so many features within it. We're going to be covering it in more than one sitting. So in this video, we're going to look at Numbers from the ground up. We're going to look at what a table is, how to create very simple formulas, manipulate rows and columns, as well as look at different styling options to adjust the look and feel of your tables. Then after that, in a subsequent video, we'll look at things like more advanced formulas and functions, charts, shapes, and take Numbers up to the next level. We're not going to be covering pivot tables in this series because Alison did an excellent job on looking at those in video 1101. So lots to cover, let's get to it. Okay, let's start by opening Numbers for the first time here. Now I'm going to invoke my app launcher and get to Numbers from here. And whenever you open Numbers, you'll see a Finder window where you can navigate to an existing Numbers file to open or click New Document down here. So when creating a new document, we need to use a template. Now, the one that you're going to use most often is, of course, a blank template, and that's already highlighted here. However, there are lots of other ones here that are pretty good to try out in truth because they can help showcase some of the power that you have within Numbers. There are just basic ones here, but as I scroll, we have some for personal finance, then personal, which has templates for a calendar, a running log, home improvements. And then further down, there are also sections here for business and education. You can also get to those different sections by clicking on these category headings here in the sidebar. Let's open one and see what it looks like. Let's go for this charting basics one here. Now this is a good opportunity to take a look at the interface and what we have here with a live document before we start to look at some of the features from the beginning. Now at the top corner we have a button that shows some hidden commands. So we can show the find and replace window, show rulers and hide comments, all of which we're going to look at in the next video. Then to the right of that you can zoom in or out of the sheet. And for the keyboard junkies among you, pressing Shift, Command and the period or comma will both zoom in and out as well. Then along the top here we have our toolbar, and there are some default buttons here for inserting formulas, tables, charts, text, shapes, media and comments. And this toolbar is totally customizable, and we're going to add some buttons to it in the next video when we've looked in more detail at what there is on offer. And there is also a collaboration button here too. Then on the far right, we have the inspector. And there are two elements to this. There is a format one, which governs the appearance of an object. And we have an organized one, which covers things like filtering and showing exactly what information is displayed and how. So I mentioned objects there. Now in Numbers speak, what is an object? Well, an object is anything that you can place on a sheet. So this canvas here is a sheet. And on this sheet, we have objects. So if I click here, this object is a chart. And the format inspector on the right will show us formatting that we can do that is related to a chart. So we have tabs to change the appearance of it, to modify the axis, the series, and arrange how the data is presented. Then if I click here, this particular object is a table. So now on the right, the format inspector has changed with sections here that relate to a table, for the cells, for the text that's contained within those cells, and again, an arrange section as well. Now, like Excel, you can have different worksheets in your document, although we exclusively call them sheets, not worksheets in Numbers, and they'll be organized along the top here, as opposed to Excel, which has them along the bottom. I do recommend that perhaps you take a look at some of these templates in the basic category, because they contain ready-made objects that you can manipulate to help you learn how to use Numbers. Okay, with those basics of the interface and knowing what a sheet and an object is, let's close this example document here. And I'll do that with the familiar Command and W shortcut.
That's just a quick preview of one of this week's Apple-related tutorials from Screencasts Online. Screencasts Online is your premium source of Apple-related video tutorials. All of our members get access to brand new, up-to-date tutorials each week, as well as unlimited access to our entire video archive full of Mac and iOS-related tutorials. You can stream and download all of our videos on your Mac, iPad and iPhone, and even your Apple TV using the members-only Screencasts Online Apple TV app. Membership also includes a complimentary subscription to the digital Screencasts Online monthly magazine, published each month and packed with videos, articles, reviews, as well as hints and tips covering all aspects of the Mac, iPad, iPhone, and all of the other fantastic Apple products. So, if you're ready to start getting the most out of your Apple devices, visit ScreenCastsOnline.com today and become a Screencasts Online member.